the Kickstarter has concluded, we are now going to continue on as far as the demo will let us and see where it takes us. So the Kickstarter has ended, but I wanted to, you know, finish out the demo at some point for everyone to view. But, you know, let's just go ahead and get into it. Earl opens the door to a quaint, fair-sized room as he beckons me inside.
Well, here we are. This'll be your room for the time being.
I like it. I could live in here. Oh, Earl, are you sure about this? I feel like I'm imposing on you way too much. I'm perfectly fine with staying at the inn. I'll find some way to get money together to pay for the room and...
Imposing schmosing.
You're a new resident of Peachleaf now, so you're basically part of the family. My heart. Earl, why can't you be real? Let me come to Peachleaf Town, please. You'll find there isn't a whole lot of us down here, but we're a tight-knit community. We do our best to help one another, and we're in your business at all times.
And besides,
after you took the time to explain your situation to me, ain't no way I can turn a blind eye to someone in need. I was there once too, you know, and it's because someone believed in me and helped me get on my feet that I'm able to get where I am today. Now's my turn down the line to help. I can't help but smile shyly as I touch the neatly made bed before me. I feel like such a burden already. I don't know how upset I should feel about how on point this heroine has been to my own personality so far. Other than a lot less sarcastic. You didn't charge me anything for the trip and now you let me live in your house without even paying rent? Bro, at least let me, like, work on your farm to pay for food and board and kind of stuff. Whatever. See, I at least want to pay back that kind of somehow. I hope you can understand.
And you will, kiddo. But you gotta get back on your feet first. I know this room ain't the fanciest place
in town, and I'm sure you'll want a home for yourself soon enough. But until we can get you settled into your new life here, you can at least rest your head at night worry-free. A wave of emotion washes over me as I feel tears of overwhelming gratitude threaten to fall from my eyes. I can't help but let out a shaky laugh as I timidly bow my head. Earl, thank you so much. I don't even know what to say. I feel a gentle hand ruffle my hair as Earl beams me a warm smile.
You're home now, kiddo.
No need for waterworks. Please.
Part of the Peachleaf family now.
Please don't break my floorboards with tears as they come down like waterfalls and like push you down. You'll find we don't have a lot of stuff you can find back in the big old city you came from. Obviously, that's kind of obvious. But we do got a whole lot of this. Pulls out a flower. I can't help but giggle as Earl points to his heart. Oh, okay. That works too. Seeing me smile, the old man chuckles and motions to a nearby closet. In case you find yourself missing anything, you'll find some clothes and garments that used to belong to my youngest daughter in there. She's terribly outgrown them now, but maybe they'll serve you better than they did her. This room belonged to your daughter, Earl? Is she dead? Sure did, but she's got her own life far beyond this little valley now, so feel free to make this room your own. Okay, so she's not dead. I don't want that for Earl. I don't want any sadness for him. Only good things for Earl. I can't help but glance around the small room. Even though it's not filled with a lot, I can tell everything has been taken care of really well. I turn toward Earl once more as my heart pangs in my chest. Thank you, Earl. Thank you so much. I really don't know how to express how appreciative I am to you. You know, a few days ago well, honestly, I thought I'd be out homeless on the street by Monday morning. I didn't ever think I'd be starting a brand new life in such a beautiful valley. And look like Aerith from Final Fantasy VII. Earl chuckles as he shoots me a toothy grin before placing his hands on his hips. Am I wearing contacts? Or those reading glasses? Were they fashion glasses because I wanted to look, you know, businessy and smart? What are the details here?
That's the beauty of life. You never know where it'll take you.
Yours took me here.
Now on that note, let's go meet everybody.
The whole town got into a ruckus when I phoned them we had a new resident coming in. You'll have plenty of time to unpack later, so let's get a move on. Okay, I'm excited. Let's go on an adventure. Yeah. I keep biting the side of my tongue and it hurts. My eyes dart around the streets of a lovely, bustling town that looks like it came straight out of the pages of a fairy tale book. I would love to live here. Oh my gosh. I watch as shopkeepers sweep the entrances to their shops with the wooden brooms and greet each other warmly. Energetic smiles adorn the faces of small children as they run through the streets without a care in the world. And everyone, absolutely everyone, wears a peaceful smile on their face. Earl stops to shoot me a grin as he himself spins the town around him with a proud expression. That reminds me, I still need to marry my main dude in Harvest Moon Animal Parade. I'm still working on that, by the way, on my personal account. I'm an avid Harvest Moon player, kind of. I've always enjoyed Harvest Moon, so this game is exactly up my alley, but I doubt there's actually any farming involved. I don't know, maybe there is. I'm pretty sure it's just a visual novel. This is beautiful! What a charming place!
Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet. But, aha!
I know just where to start off our tour. Is it the bakery? Okay, never mind. How about you meet my wife and grandson first, since you'll be living with them under the same roof. Is Hunter your grandson?
My wife runs the best and
Oh, never mind. Oh, never mind.
town.
Is Junior your son? Or your grandson? Like, let me know. But it is. If it's the bakery. Oh, snap. I was right. Even though I was just joking. A soft bell rings out as I walk into a rustic little shop with the delicious smell wafting in the air. I want to hunker down and live here for the rest of my entire life. I can't help but feel my face light up as I take in the sight of beautifully colored pastries spanning down a glass counter. In bread. Oh, the bread!
Hello? Anybody home?
Well, well, look who it is. Back so soon from your trip, old man?
Let me just admit that I went ahead and listened to the voice actor's demo reel or character reel on his site previous to playing this game or demo. Nothing prepared me for this. I get a little bit of Joker from Persona 5 vibes, just a little bit. This man has my whole heart. The whole entire thing. I adore him. I don't know anything about him yet, but I absolutely adore him. At the sound of an unfamiliar voice, I shyly peek over Earl's shoulder to spot a young man as he walks in through a set of kitchen doors. And he bakes. Just give me a moment. Just give me a moment. I'll cut to when I'm back. Okay, now that we have Robin.exe back up and running, small rays of sunlight shining through the windows reflect off his amber-colored eyes as a kind smile dances on his face.
There you are, Jude.
I just want to admit that the fact that I always kind of dramatically read the narrator bits just fits so well. I was wondering who was running this bakery. Y'all just can't leave the front empty like this. He was probably baking something.
Relax, Gramps. Jeez, you've been back for less than a minute and you're nagging already? Gran's got something in the oven, and I was just finishing up an order in the back.
I think I can slightly tell the difference between like mics or the editing on it or something. It's definitely everyone who's voiced in this game probably has different mics. Obviously, because they're all just, you know, freelance voice actors, I imagine. I didn't study up on all of them, so don't come at me. But I can kind of hear it. Which is weird because I don't have the best ear on hearing how to edit my audio to be really good.
And besides, you know it always gets kinda empty at this hour. No need for nags.
He's your grandfather. That's what he does. Just as Earl opens his mouth to say something, an old woman walks out through the kitchen doors with an excited smile on her face.
Oh, I thought I heard your voice, dear. You arrived just in time. I have a delicious carrot cake with your name on it in the oven.
Yeah, there's a difference between the... I guess audio quality would fit best, but it's just... Because different mics will sound different and all that type of stuff. So some mics could be a little bit warmer than others and all this other technical stuff that I don't exactly know a whole lot about to be talking about, but I just know that I notice.
Oh, Pumpkin.
You're embarrassing me in front of the kiddos. Huh? Kiddos? Earl beams a giant smile as he steps out of the way to reveal me standing behind him.
Nina, Jude, I'd like y'all to meet the newest resident of Peachleaf Valley.
Robin.
Come on, no need to be shy. Introduce yourself.
Thanks for putting me on the spot, Earl. Right. Hello. I'm Robin. I just moved here from a city, and I'm very excited to meet everyone. Thank you for having me.
What?
What? Robin, what did we met before? No? Is he just like, what? A girl in this town? Or is it like some backstory where we secretly have met before or something? Oh, well, aren't you an absolute delight? Let me take a good look at you, my dear. My nervousness begins to dissipate as Nina steps out from behind the counter and comes closer, beaming a friendly smile.
My name is Nina.
As you probably already noticed, I'm Earl's wife, and I run this bakery. I will be here every single day of my entire life. It's an absolute pleasure to make your acquaintance, Robin. The pleasure is all mine. Thank you so much for your hospitality and for letting me stay at your home for the time being. Oh, now, aren't you just the sweetest thing? You're very welcome, my dear. I actually am this kind of probably polite to people. About. Probably not quite as bubbly as the heroine in this, but like, almost. I know such a big move can be awfully nerve-wracking, but you've got nothing to worry about here. You're already part of the family. That's what Earl was telling me. Nina takes my hands in hers as she says this. I can feel my heart swell with happiness at this level of kindness I've never experienced before. Exactly. Actually, no, I've had some family friends who have been, like, really, really nice, too. But, thank you so much. I'm afraid I don't know what else to say. Am I this heroine? Am I her? Existential crisis continues. I can start by telling me this. What's your favorite pastry?
Do you like sweets, dear?
I adore them. I do. Butter pound cake is my favorite. I mean, not true, but okay.
Why? What a coincidence.
That's my little Jude's favorite dessert too, right there. Oh, snap. Are you embarrassing him? I glance over at Jude, still standing behind the counter, but raise an eyebrow while I see him gazing at me with an intense expression. He doesn't even seem to register Nina's question as he simply stares at my face, almost as if desperately trying to decipher something. Oh god, I hope he was never subscribed to my OnlyFans.
Jude?
Do they even have... Wait, I don't know if they have internet in this town. I don't know.
Is everything alright, dear?
Almost as if his grandmother's worried tone snaps him back to reality, Jude tears his gaze away from me before nervously looking back up. I can't help but gulp as his eyes dart frantically between my own.
Sorry, I have to go.
I don't know what I did.
I need some air. I'll be back later.
I don't know if he recognizes me from something we met sometime before and I don't remember, or if he's just flustered because he's like, oh god, a girl in this town. Actually, there was another girl that showed up in Nordiatros, but it's a new girl. I'm fresh meat, you know? With barely a moment's notice, Jude quickly walks out from behind the counter, brushes past me, and briskly exits the small shop.
Jude!
That's awfully rude!
Dear, where are you going?
For air, he just said. His grandparents' calls fall on deaf ears as Jude quickly exits the shop in a hurry, not even glancing back once. What a great first impression. And Awkward silence falls on the shop for a few minutes. Not just a few, it's a few minutes, not just a few moments, a few minutes. As Nina and Earl exchange confused glances, and I stand there awkwardly, almost wanting to twiddle my thumbs or do that Hinata finger thing where you like tap the pointer fingers together, because I'm standing there awkwardly as they glance at each other and not saying anything. What the heck was that about? I didn't say anything weird, did I?
Oh,
Please pardon my Jude. He's not usually like this at all. I wonder what got him so flustered. A cute girl, maybe?
Ha! I know.
You could handle this down Freddie Ravenworth. I feel my cheeks heat up as Earl's joke, as the image of Jude's intense is on me, makes a shiver run down my spine.
oh, there's the carrot cake. Just in time.
Earl, Robin, why don't you both grab a chair and bring it out with warm milk? Just a second. Isn't that cool? And frosted. There's etiquette in this. Nina, there's etiquette! Not without some help, you won't. I can't let my pumpkin do all the work around here. He is a solid, good husband and grandfather. We stan.
Oh, Earl.
I adore them, and I adore their relationship. They're literal couple goals. I can't help but giggle at the wholesome banter between Earl and his wife as they lovingly take each other's hands and go towards the back. That's the dream. That's the kind of relationship you want in your old age. Generally. I mean, unless you have a type where it's more like bantery, I guess. Everyone's relationship is different. And different things will bring you more joy in interaction. So, it all depends on the relationship. It fills my heart with delightful warmth to see two people love each other so deeply in such an old age. Once the pair is out of sight, I can't help but look over my shoulder at the direction Jude abruptly left moments ago. Yeah, it almost seemed like he recognized me or something, but that can't be it. I mean, I've never been here before. I don't know, maybe he subscribed to your OnlyFans. I don't know. Maybe he had a cousin, distant cousin who looked just like you who popped up in town. You never know with this kind of stuff. That was just totally weird. I hope he's okay. I just want to gobble up all the bread. Just all of the bread. I love fresh bread. Oh my gosh. Anyway, as I drool over the thought of bread. Earl and I walk through the gates of a vast ranch as a clear blue sky shines above us. I think we're about to meet Hunter. I can hear the cries of cuckoos, chickens, and other farm animals in the distance as a fairly large-sized barn comes into view near a house. I can't help but smile as I spot several chickens grazing, watching as they curiously look up at me. Hope they don't chase me and try to pick at my feet. It's such a beautiful day out, isn't it? The animals in this farm must be happy with such good grazing weather.
Now for our next stop. Welcome to Elderberry Farm.
Do they grow elderberries? It's a little strange, though. Heather and hubby are usually out here by this hour. Wait here a second, Robin. I'm gonna go check to see if they're home real quick. Be back in a jiffy. I'm so sorry for my awful voices, other than maybe Robin herself in the narrator. I nod my head as Earl motions for me to wait in place. I turn around and walk a few paces over to a small chicken pen and giggle as cute little chick curiously looks up at me. I love him. Aw, are you a cutie? I wonder what your name is. Cotton-headed nitty muggins.
Bessie!
Is that the chicken? I thought that was the truck. A loud yell in the distance captures my attention, snapping my head up towards the source of the sound. Suddenly, the ground feels as if it's shaking, or starts shaking as the nearby chickens all frantically run in the opposite direction. I'm trying my best. What the? Tremors?
Bessie, get back here, goddammit!
I turn around at the sound of a loud cry when I catch a sight of a rampaging cow headed straight towards me at lightning speed. I'm gonna get my legs broke. The cow is quite large in size, and its eyes seem to be glowing red as smoke comes out of its nose. Oh no. And in that moment, I knew this was my death. What? A cow? How is it so fast? I can't move out of the way at this rate! And it's going to be tackled to the ground by a dude. Step out of the way, Robin! Oh my gosh! I close my eyes instinctively as I brace myself for the impact before another voice shouts out.
Hey, watch out!
I feel a strong force propel me backwards as I fall to the ground. The enraged cow cries as she races past where I stood seconds ago, dust fluttering in her trail. Hello. Do you come here often? Obviously, this is your farm. Nice dirt ground that I am now laying on that you were pressing me into. After a few moments, I open my eyes and feel my face turn beet red as I see my hands pressed against a strong, well-defined chest hovering over me. I feel my pulse go racing as the feeling of muscular arms wrapped around my waist shocked me back into reality. I mean, mood though. What?
Sorry about that, miss. Are you okay? You're not hurt anywhere, are you?
Just my ego. Or pride, one or the other, whichever one I have. I look up to stare into ocean blue eyes as the young man stares back worryingly at me. I'm fine.
Phew, I'm glad to hear it. Sorry for the tumble. Let's get you back on your feet, yeah?
He's a good boy, TM. The cool breeze flutters against my skin as the young man releases me from his strong grasp, pushing himself up effortlessly. My heart stammers in my chest as I sit up absent-mindedly on the ground for a few seconds, trying to process the situation. RobinTheNight has stopped working. My muscles. So many muscles. He works hard on this farm. You know? Not an easy job. My attention is diverted as a hand extends itself towards me. I look up to see the young man from before, shooting me a friendly smile.
There are much better places to take a rest than on the ground, you know.
I'm loving, like, everybody in this game so far, other than my boss. And even, I hold a little bit of upsetness at Frank, but if he didn't kick me out, I wouldn't be in this town, so thanks, Frank. Sensing his kindness, I shyly place my hand in his as he lifts me to my feet with ease. Again, it's those muscles. I find myself stammering as he proceeds to kneel down to brush some dirt off my clothes. He flashes another friendly smile afterwards. I would be so flustered. You guys have no idea. I would be I strongly relate to this heroine.
There we go. Good as new.
Now then.
Can I help you?
You need to find your cow.
Oh, there she is, my big old dairy queen.
I love this. The sound of Earl's excited yelling grabs both mine and the stranger's attention as we turn around to see Earl being smothered in kisses from the previously raging cow.
Oh, you darn love bucket, you. Did you miss me, Bessie?
Didn't you name your truck Bessie too? The young man next to me tilts his head back in laughter at the affectionate display.
Of course. I should have known it was you, Earl.
No one else gets Bessie that riled up. That's because I'm her one and only true love. Ain't that right, Bessie? Everyone's gonna sound so similar. I'm so sorry. I can't help but smile as Earl begins to walk over to us with the now tame, calm, and slightly... How does the cow blush? I'm not going to question it.
Been, Hunter, my boy?
He's been now introduced. Taking care of my sweet, innocent little angel here, right? Of course, Earl, although I'm afraid she's not nearly as innocent as you think, you know.
She nearly ran over this poor young lady.
Over here a few minutes back. As Hunter looks back at me with a sheepish smile, I can't help but feel my cheeks heat up again thinking about our previous close encounter.
Bessie!
You can't be running on your neighbor over before I've had a chance to introduce y'all.
Now then.
Hunter, where's everyone else?
Mom and Hubie went to the city to
Hubie.
visit some friends.
Hubie, okay. A few days ago, but it should be back soon.
Elderberry Farm's down to 1 today, I'm afraid.
He and his strong muscles have got this. Oh, gotcha, well then, no matter. Robin, this is Hunter. Hunter, this is Robin. She's Peachleaf's newest resident who does not look anything like Aerith from Final Fantasy VII. You do not notice any resemblance at all. We don't have video games in this town.
And this here's Big Bessie.
My one true love. Ain't nobody out there who can hold a candle to my sweet Bessie.
Oh, is that so? Huh.
I'll be sure to tell Nina when I see her.
Don't you dare, farm boy.
Farm boy. I can't help but chuckle as I wave over to the large animal by Earl's side. Hi there, Bessie. Nice to formally meet you. Nice to meet you too, Hunter. Thanks you for the help back there.
My pleasure. Sorry about Bessie. As you can probably tell, she, gets real excited when Earl's around.
Yeah, his pleasure helping up a cute girl. She probably caught a whiff of him when you guys got here.
Well, that's because she loves me. Ain't that right, Bessie?
I can't help but giggle at Earl and Bessie's endearing exchange. Literally, though. A few moments pass before I catch a sight of Hunter's eyes on me. He wipes a hand on his pants before extending it out to me with a smile. Are you wearing gloves?
Welcome to the valley.
Thank you. I hope your new life here will pan out exactly as you hoped it would. And if you ever find yourself in need of anything, feel free to reach out. I appreciate the offer, but I'm never going to do that because I hate being a burden to people. Oh, thanks you, Hunter. I appreciate it. Truly.
No worries. We're all a giant, crazy family down here.
So you say.
Albeit, maybe a bit dysfunctional, too. Oh, by the way.
I also work part-time at the restaurant. Hello. And do odd jobs around town, so you might see me running around often. Okay, so he's a jack of all trades.
Don't be afraid to ask for directions if you ever get lost, okay?
This place can be a little bit of a maze for newcomers at first. I am awful with directions, so I might have to. Right, thanks, I definitely will. Robin's on the same track.
Sounds good. Now then, if you'll excuse me. Back in the barn, Bess! You big troublemaker, you!
Cow does not like this! She wants to stay with Earl! The sound of laughter fills the air as Bessie hides behind Earl from Hunter. I feel a sense of warmth fill my heart as I get to unravel more and more of the valley. As we approach the entrance of a quaint flower shop, Earl shoots me a smile when he opens the door for me. Yeah, I am definitely buying this game. I'm going to buy this game. For sure. Now, I'm sure you're probably dying to meet someone you can relate with, so I want to take you to meet Miss Amelia. She's a real kind girl, runs a shop with her nutty old grandma, seems to be about your age too. I'm sure y'all be great friends. I don't know, but who knows, we'll see. I hope so. Everyone in this game so far has been lovely, except for our former boss. As we walk into a beautiful flower shop, a sweet scent fills my senses and I can't help but breathe in and then sneeze because of allergies. I look around to see gorgeous flowers, some of the likes I've never seen before, all blooming through even the tiniest cracks in the wood.
Eh? Skylar? Is that you?
Oh, okay, it's Mr. Nobleman. Hello. Hearing the confusion in Earl's voice, I turned to stare into the profile of a tall, foreign-looking man. Yep. Hello, dude. The man doesn't seem to have noticed Earl as he paces back and forth, seemingly deep in thought.
Gefair.
French? Insert that here! 'Cause I'm not gonna butcher it. The tall man continues to mutter himself before Earl approaches him, waving his hand. Can you see me?
Skylar?
Hello? You listening? The foreign man's attention snaps up at the sound of his name. He looks over before shooting Earl a friendly smile.
Ah, Monsieur R, you've returned from your trip. Welcome back.
And then there's me. Hello. Before he can finish his sentence, the foreign man's eyes land on me. Our eyes meet for a few silent moments before I muster a shy smile. Okay, before I had the opportunity to even get a word out, I watched in surprise as the tall, slender man dashes forward. Okay, is he gonna be, like, flirt with me or whatever? Towards me. I blink in surprise as I watch him grab one of my hands and place a kiss to the back.
And just who is This breathtaking mademoiselle!
Sorry, give me a moment. I am amused to no end. I knew it! I mean, I'm gonna probably enjoy him overall, but he's definitely probably not the guy I would personally want to swoon. I've already made my decisions clear. Or my interests. Hi, Skylar. Give us some space, you host club looking dude. Before I can even answer, the tall man gets down on one knee. His eyes seem completely fixed on me as a radiant smile graces his lips. Kids fall in love, if you know what I mean.
Mademoiselle, I may not know your name, but I know that your beauty is the envy of every flower in this shop.
Oh my gosh.
You outshine even the most beautiful rose on the eve of its full bloom.
I honestly probably like, thanks, pal. That's probably exactly what I would say in this situation.
Why, even the most fragrant of blossoms holds no comparison to your...
He just gets bonked on the head with like a chop.
All right. Let's take it down a notch here, Romeo.
Let the poor girl at least introduce herself, eh? My name's Steve. It's not. I could have named myself Steve, though. That would have been funny. The man named Skylar's eyes widen dramatically as he rises to his feet before bowing deeply.
Forgive my terrible manners.
French that I'm not gonna say. Forgive my terrible manners. How can I ask for your name when I have not yet graced you with my own? I already know your name, because
I
it
am
was said.
Skylar Dutoit Eclair Jean-Jacques Pelletoir the Night. A proud resident of this magnificent valley.
I guess have pride in your ancestry, I guess. I like whatever this is. That looks kind of cool.
And you are?
I'm Robin. I just moved into the valley today. It's nice to meet you, Skylar. None, but the pleasure is most definitely mine, Lady Robin. You're a spectacle to behold.
Oui, en effet.
Okay. Like a marbled statue that has come to life, how truly blessed is Peachleaf to welcome you. But thank you, I think. Earl lets out a chuckle at Skylar's theatrics. After a few moments, he looks around the shop before turning around with a puzzled expression. Oh yeah, okay, Amelia, that's... I believe, was that who he mentioned earlier? I know Amelia was mentioned. Skylar, where's Amelia and Fiona? Why are you the only one here? Ah, that is because Madame Fiona's stomach was causing her to feel unwell yet again. That's a whole mood for myself today, isn't it?
Lady Amelia asked me to watch over the shop.
As they quickly left to fetch some herbs from the gardens to brew tea. I want some tea. And as the noble gentleman that I am, there's no way I could simply decline such a heartfelt request at the beckoning of a lady. He's a flirt.
Although, I must admit...
It's been quite some time since they left. Perhaps I should go check on them.
But alas...
I'm not doing a French accent, you can't make me. No one would be able to guard the shop and keep the beautiful flowers company better than moi. Fiona's stomach is acting up again, is it? Alright, I'd better go check up on my second garden. Ain't too far from here. Robin, wait, just you leave me with him, alright? I'll be right back, okay. Thanks, Earl. Thumbs up. I opened my mouth to call out to Earl, but he's already briskly walked out the open door, leaving me with the Frenchman. I feel an intense gaze on me as I swallow and turn back to look at Skylar. Horror music slowly started to fade in as the French music fades out, and he pulls out a knife from anyway, whose eyes seem to sparkle as they would a puppy looking at a tree. Oh, okay. Okay then.
So...
I would feel so I would feel uncomfortable in the sense of I am weird about having attention on me and probably with being flirted with. I mean, I haven't had anyone, like, for the most part, seriously flirt with me, but, like, you know. So,
What brings you to this fair valley, my lady? Surely a beauty such as yourself must have left a lot behind to come here so suddenly.
Nope. I smile sadly as I look down before tucking a loose strand of hair behind my ear. Less than you'd think. I came here looking for work and, well, a new life, if I'm honest.
Oh, I see. Forgive my pride, my lady.
I did not mean to paint sadness on such a stunning canvas as your own.
After all, a smile suits you much, much better.
They have some really fine dudes in this game. Okay, moving on. Skylar walks over before grabbing a nearby flower and holding it to my face. He shoots me a warm smile as he gently hands it to me. I can't help but chuckle as I grab the flower. Thank you, Skylar. What about yourself?
Ha ha!
I'm thrilled that I have piqued your interest enough to ask. I am but a humble art collector that lives in the northern part of town on an estate that belongs to my family. An art collector?
We.
Few things in this world excite the blood in my veins like beautifully crafted artistic masterpieces. And of which, on that note... Skylar's tone seems to shift as he suddenly places a hand on his chin and looks at me. I fidget nervously under his intense gaze as he begins to circle around me, eyeing me up and down as if scrutinizing something. After a few moments, he shoots me a pleased smile before reaching into his suit pocket and handing me a business card. Is it a modeling thing or like modeling for a painting? He rushes to my cheeks as his face suddenly draws nearer and his eyes peer intensely into my own.
You said you were looking for employment, yes?
I'm sure there are many opportunities for you to take this fair town, but...
As the muses would have it, I too am looking for a employee of sorts.
What kind of employee are we talking here? Because there's so many different routes that my mind has gone. I need you to answer for me so I don't overthink it. His eyes seem to land on my lips for a few moments as he smiles and looks back up. And I assure you, I can pay most handsomely in currencies that outweigh most of the other residents of this town. What are you looking for?
My lady. Does my offer interest you?
Money in general does, but I don't know what the offer is, so I'm not gonna say yes and no. My mind goes blank and my heart accelerates as I feel him lean in even closer. When suddenly, his phone rings.
Oh, excusez-moi, 1 second.
That line was delivered brilliantly.
Bonjour, this is Skylar.
Skylar. Oh, hello, Mr. Marcello. I've been expecting your call. What was the offer? Is it a model? Do you need a maid? Are you looking for an escort? What is the deal here? As Skylar turns around and nonchalantly laughs into his phone, I stumble backwards into the counter as my heart nearly beats out of my chest, remembering his looming proximity just seconds ago. Mood. What's with this man? He is something else. It's the French. This is French. Shakes fist. Oh, hello! She's so pretty. The sound of the front door ringing catches my attention as Earl walks in with a smile, accompanied by a young woman and an older one with a cane that she's gonna beat you with.
We're back.
Skylar shortly ends his call before turning around with a gallant smile.
Ah, you have returned! Magnifique!
Just at the right time, as I'm afraid I must be going immediately.
Of course. Sorry we took so long.
Thanks for the help, Skylar. Skylar?
No.
It was my pleasure. Thank you for trusting me to guide your dazzling blossoms.
Well, everyone, duty calls, and so I must depart.
See you.
Au revoir! Until we next meet again!
I love this game so much. Everyone in the shop merely stares at Skylar as he prances out of the front door in joyful strides. I clear my throat before looking down at the card in my hand with his name and address. What does he want from me? He's, quite an interesting person. My attention is focused on the new faces that have entered the shop as they turn towards me.
Oh, hello there. You must be the new resident, right? It's so nice to finally meet you.
Yeah, there's definitely a difference in all of the bikes overall.
Welcome to Peachleaf Valley. My name is Amelia. I run this flower shop with my grandmother, Fiona.
That would be me. Welcome to the valley, child.
Please don't beat me with your cane. I haven't done anything to deserve it yet. I hope you don't already want to go running over the hills after being sent between Earl and Skylar and every single day.
And just what's that supposed to mean?
I'm plenty friendly.
As friendly as a badger stuck in a beehive.
Heaven knows how much you've yapped the poor girls ear off already.
Why, you...
As Earl and Fiona engage in a glaring match with each other, Amelia scoots over next to me before giggling. Don't mind them, they're always like this. They've been rivals ever since they started out as farmers. Oh, I see. Makes sense then. They must have a lot of history.
You've been touring town all day with Earl, right?
You must have run into a lot of new faces by now, huh? Yes, everyone's been awfully kind. The town's just lovely. Isn't it? Sometimes it feels like we're a little out of the way from the rest of the world, but the sights of the valley really make up for it. I mean, voicing these two girls very similar, and I'm so sorry. Suddenly, the image of the green-haired stranger I bumped into on the forest trail resurfaces in my mind. I tilt my head curiously as I motion towards Amelia. Actually, does a green-haired young man live here?
Huh?
Green-haired? Yeah, I sort of ran into him in the forest path on the way to town. He had long green hair and was, wearing some strange robes? I thought maybe he worked in town or something, but I haven't seen him again.
Sorry.
I've been living in this town my whole life, but I've never run into anyone that fits that description here.
Ran into one of the spirits, did you?
The spirits! Fiona's voice captures my attention as she walks towards me with her cane, for she smacks me in the head with it. The spirits?
Our valley is home to much more than what you merely see on the surface.
Makes sense.
Inside of its forests, peaks, and waters lie many hidden secrets.
Like beautiful boys.
It is said spirits of the earth, sky, and sea make their home here as well.
So I'm guessing the red-haired one is of the sky, because he also had feathers involved.
You would do well to respect their domains.
Yeah. For should you anger them, terrible calamities will befall this entire world, and even the fabric of nature could be...
Oh, there you go again with the ghost stories, Fiona. Haven't I told you 1,000 times it ain't good for tourism?
Unless you mentioned they're pretty boys. Anyway.
And how many times have I told you they are not ghosts?
Oh, that line was a little weak.
Arr.
I'm just saying. But overall, the voice acting has been really good so far. I don't know if I can critique anything as if I'm a professional voice actor, because I'm not. But as someone with a little bit of a foot into voice acting, and as a general consumer, I guess, that's my take on it. Just because the spirits have never chosen to grace a fool like you with their benevolence doesn't mean that they do not dwell amongst us.
Who you calling a fool, you old hag?
Who else, you uncultured toolhead?
Oh boy. Here we go again. Would you like some tea? We might be here a while.
I would love some tea. Especially made by your hands, pretty lady. Oh, I'd love some. Allow me to lend a hand. As we exit the flower shop, I can't help but look out towards the expansive blue sky above us. How long have I been recording? Hold on. Okay, it's 10:53. And I need to... I'll finish out whatever this demo has left to offer, but after that, I need to pop some poppage corn and watch Promare. Because I've been meaning to watch that. I watched the trailer. I'm sorry to go off on a tangent real fast, but I watched the trailer. I wasn't super hyped about it, but I'm hyped about the idea of Promare, and everyone has been talking about that it's such a good movie, so I'm gonna go ahead and watch it anyway, even though the trailer did not spike any of my interest. I'm not into mecha stuff very much, or big robots or anything. Anyway, somehow it doesn't even feel like it's the same sky as I used to see in the city. It's because you can see it better, because there's more to see of it. The sound of Earl muttering to himself catches my attention as I see him looking around several buildings while fiddling with his mustache. Let's see here, where should we stop by next? As I open my mouth to respond, I'm interrupted by the distant cheers of a small crowd. Okay, so we meet the Traveler, I think was his general title. I look around to see various townspeople running around towards a street corner with nearby grins on their faces. Maybe that's not wrong. Come on, hurry or we'll miss the show! The show? Oh, he's performing today, is he? Performing? Who is? The mains. Well, I tell you when I show you. Come on, Robin, or we'll miss it. I'm going like severely half-effort on these. Earl briskly turns the street corner, my eyes widen. A fair-sized crowd is gathered right in the middle of a small plaza, laughing and clapping in awe at someone in the middle of the space. It's a dance battle. Or I mean, just a dance in general. What's going on over there? From here, it's hard to see anything with so many people gathered around. At least I assume it's dancing. It could just be playing instrument.
Over here.
I look over to see Earl pointing to some nearby stairs that lead up to a balcony. He climbs a few and then motions me over before glancing at the crowd. A smile plasters on his face as he crosses his arms.
Take a look. You wouldn't want to miss this.
It's another pretty boy. So obviously, yeah. As I turn to see where the crowd gathers, I can't help but stare in awe as a slender, dark-skinned young man in colorful, exotic garb dances elegantly. Okay, so dancing, I was right. Hello there. The young man shoots the crowd a smile as he continues his performance. Many of the crowd's faces, which appear to be mostly women, for obvious reasons, all cheer as he moves back and forth through the space. Suddenly, he pulls out red banners of decorative velvet seemingly out of nowhere as he throws them in the air and backflips before catching them. Backflips are always sick. Whoa! What a beautiful person! I don't think I've ever seen someone move so elegantly. The crowd cheers as he shows off more and more impressive dance moves mixed with incredible acrobatics and magician-like tricks. I would be so intrigued and like, you know, I find myself slowly peering over the rails in excitement as I gaze down. At one point, the performer motions the crowd to step back before slowly arching his body and breathing out rose-colored fire from his mouth. Sick, bro! Damn! Wow! I've never seen anything like this before! Ain't that right? He's
something else, ain't he?
knows how to please the crowd, that's for darn certain. Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely. I'd be awestruck, personally. In the real world, too. The crowd goes wild as the young performer dances and does more and more tricks, mixing different elements to create a riveting performance. After a while, the performer bows, now covered in a light layer of perspiration as the cloud roars and collapses. As he looks up, sweat dripping from his hair, the townspeople begin to throw coins and flowers at his feet in appreciation for his colorful and avant-garde performance.
Shukran Jazilan. Thank you, thank you.
They picked such good voice actors for these boys, let me tell you. I can't help but laugh in delight as Earl and I clap from our spot on the stairs, too. Earl begins to whistle, and I clap loudly next to him as I watch the performer accept more and more coins humbly. Eventually, he pans up to where Earl and I stand, and his gaze meets mine. I'm a new person in town, hello. Wow, he really is gorgeous. He is. I feel I would have a heart attack by all of these pretty boys perceiving me. Just saying. Anyway, I feel my heart skip a beat as the performer shoots me a small, mysterious smile before turning around to collect all the coins and flowers. Earl and I eventually make our way down the stairs as the crowd begins to disperse. Suddenly, Earl turns to me with a smile as he motions towards a different direction.
Oh, I know. Let's stop by the inn next.
Old Duke would yap my ear off if I didn't properly introduce y'all. As Earl begins to walk forward down an opposite direction of the plaza, I follow him. But I can't help but find myself staring back in the direction of the performer, who's now surrounded by several young women from the town, eagerly showering him in compliments. The performer's eyes briefly meet mine again, and I feel myself blush as I quickly face forward and run to catch up with Earl. I bet he's mused to no end to fluster all the ladies. Good mood. I would be too. As we walk in through the doors of a rustic yet large wooden inn, a middle-aged man wiping down a counter turns to face us with a smile.
Well, I was wondering when you'd show up, Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Mayor! Obviously, because this is the Harvest Moon type name. But this is the guy that could have been unlocked with a social thing where you'd have to like and retweet something a certain amount of times. I know Facebook was another one. Instagram was another one. And I forgot what the other one was. But if those were met, he, I believe, is supposed to be unlocked as an available route to romance. Or whatever, swoon or whatever. Mayor?
Aw, come on now, Duke.
How many times have I told you stop calling me that? Unless you prefer if I start calling you a doctor.
Well met.
I love his voice. Although in my case it's different, I'm tired. Silver Fox. Or Delph, whatever route you kind of want to call him or whatever. I don't know if he has any kids. So it might just be Silver Fox. Because that's been popular recently overall in fandoms. Whatever has been Delphs and Milfs and all that stuff. Anyway, moving on. I turn my head to look at Earl curiously as the previous comment catches my attention. Earl, wait! You're Peachleaf's mayor?
Well...
Something like that, I guess. These crazy old folk voted me one a few decades ago, and I don't know what's worse. An old cook like me governing this little valley, or the nutcases who voted for him in the first place. The man behind the counter lets out a hearty laugh as he shakes his head. I bet he was one of them who voted. Called it, but I suppose I'd be one of those honorary nutcases. The man suddenly turns to me with a smile as he extends a hand out for a shake.
Name's Duke. Welcome to Peachleaf.
I cannot.
Ran this in with the help of a few employees. Earl's gone ahead and given me the rundown already.
I cannot even begin to be able to attempt to come up with a voice similar to this. So I'm not even going to bother. Thank you, sir. My name is Robin. It's nice to meet you.
Likewise.
I hope Peachleaf turns out to be a change for the good of you, Robin. I'm just going to maybe base it on tones.
The city life isn't for everyone, after all. I'd know that best.
He was in New York. I don't know. Oh, you're from the city too, Duke?
He sure is. Although, that was ages ago now, right, Duke? You know, back when the dinosaurs roamed and stuff.
All right, you old codger. I'm not that old yet. You've got me beat by at least a good 30 years.
Ew. Stick burn. As Earl and Duke laugh amongst themselves, I can't help but chuckle at their light-hearted banter. Have you two known each other for a long time?
Too long.
Way too long.
I've known this overgrown lughead for about 25 years now. That's older than I am. By 5 years. I'm time-stamping this video. Although technically the release date would timestamp this in 08. Who knows when this is gonna be posted? Never mind! I still have a video I recorded last June, July, that hasn't been released yet. I'm halfway through editing it though. I need to get it done. It's been a year. Anyway. Song go from a princely teenager to an overprotective fart he's a Delph to a wrinkly old grouch.
Now then.
Where's little Melody? I'd like to introduce her to Robin. Up in her room, throwing a tantrum and calling me a tyrant, all because I made her do her biology homework. Earl shoots his head back in a laugh and then gives Duke a knowing look. Teenagers, eh?
God, I'm just grateful I didn't have twins.
Raising one teenage girl is enough stress to last a man a lifetime. I mean, I wouldn't know. You're telling me I raised 3? Damn. Suddenly, their conversation is interrupted at the sound of the front door opening. My eyes widen as the young performer from before silently walks into the room carrying a giant load of neatly wrapped flowers.
Ah, there you are, Nadim. I was hoping to run into you.
What a show that was! The young man named Nadim, I hope I'm getting that right, if I'm not, I'm so sorry, I will at some point, shoots Earl a kind smile as he walks over to us. I can feel myself instinctively freeze up as he stands next to me and lightly bows his head at Earl.
I thank you for taking the time to watch my performance, Earl. I hope it brought a smile to your face.
If only I was 40 years younger, I'd be out there busting a move with you. Like a whoo, wah, or a ha-choo, woo.
He's gonna, like, throw out a hip. Horseback. We all instinctively approach Earl as he places a hand on his back, but quickly gives us a sheepish grin. Duke sighs before shaking his head as Nadim tries to stifle a genuine laugh. Thank you, Earl. I appreciate your words. They bring me joy. Not as much joy as you bring to everyone in town with your performances, so thank you, Nadim. I think I'm pronouncing that right.
The honor and pleasure is all sincerely mine.
I'm glad that line got voice acted.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I should be going.
I love voice actors. Anyway, I must quickly find a vase and water for these beautiful flowers, lest they wilt before their time. Just before Nadim has a chance to escape, Earl quickly motions to me. Oh, before you go, Nadim, Mrs. Robin, she'll be living in our valley starting today. I'm taking her around to introduce her to our little town. Oh, I see. Please pardon my rudeness. I thought of you as merely a passing traveler, not as a new neighbor. Just as I'm about to open my mouth, Nadim shoots me a smile and bows his head at me.
My name is Nadim. I am not originally from Peachleaf, but nonetheless, it is where my travels have taken me.
Same, except not really travels for me. I hope this valley will become a place you will cherish on your own travels as it has for me. Thank you. My name is Robin. It's nice to meet you, Nadim. I saw your performance earlier with Earl. It was wonderful. You're so beautiful. I go for that confidence. Nadim seems to blink unexpectedly at my blunt compliment, and I find myself going cherry-faced at my unexpected confession. I meant the performance. The performance was beautiful. That is not to say you are beautiful too. Nadim's lips curve into an amused grin as he lets out another laugh. He smiles at me and bows his head again.
I am appreciative of your words. You are far too kind.
I hope you'll come watch me perform again sometime.
Well then, I shall get going. I wish you all a wonderful evening.
I can't help but feel my face heat up as Nadim walks up the stairs of the inn. Hate it when they leave, but I love to watch them go. Anyway, I bite my lip as I watch him leave before turning to face the ground. You idiot! You just already called him beautiful! Ugh, I'm so embarrassed.
Evening? Oh, by Bessie's sake, he's right.
Look at how late it's already gotten. As Earl points outside a window, I can spot the golden hues of a sunset beginning to creep onto the sky. A nearby clock chimes, signaling the start of a new hour as Duke straightens up before wiping his hands.
And there's the clock.
I hate to leave you folks, but I need to get ready to open the bar. And I need to take Robin home in time for dinner or Nina will have my head. Well then, Duke, I'll come back another time to see Melody. It was nice meeting you, Duke. Thank you again, Mr. Duffman. Bye.
Pleasure's all mine. And once again, welcome to the valley.
Thanks. Appreciate it. See you, dude. As I finally finish unpacking the last of my belongings, I can't help but stare out my newly organized room. Phew! Finally done unpacking. As I sit on the bed and touch the soft blanket under me, I can't help but smile, recalling the day's events and the many faces I met. There are definitely a few interesting personalities today, but wow, everyone really is so warm and kind. It's incredible to think just how different my life and surroundings were barely 3 nights ago. Things can change fast. As I gaze out towards the shining moon outside, I can't help but feel my smile begin to fade. Even with an overall pleasant day, the nervousness of being in a brand new environment, so far away from the place I've called home my entire life, is still very much around. Despite my best efforts to keep my mind busy, I shortly come to realize that every moment I'm alone, I'm flooded with doubts and questions I don't know how to answer. Did I make the right choice? Was coming here the best decision? Do I even truly belong here? Suddenly, a small knock to my door interrupts my thoughts, and I hear Earl's muffled voice call out from the other side. Robin? Can I come in? Yes, go ahead. A few moments later, Earl peeks his head in before shooting me a friendly smile. He walks inside and closes the door behind him. Turning around, his gaze lands on my now empty suitcases.
All settled in?
I was going to come by and ask if you needed help with anything. Yep, I'm all unpacked. You again, Earl. For everything. Earl peers in my face for a few seconds as I try to flash him my best smile, attempting to hide my previous anxiousness. After a few moments, he chuckles before taking a seat next to me on the bed. Still got the jitters, huh, kiddo? No, I'm fine, really. Everyone's been absolutely wonderful. You've all done so much for me. I don't have the right to complain. I'm just a little tired, and
You don't know if you belong here.
He's a smart old man. He can tell that I was feeling off. I raise my head surprised as Earl merely smiles warmly back at me. I can feel my throat tighten as I tear my gaze to the floor. How did you... Earl chuckles at the remark.
You see all these wrinkles and white hairs on this balding head? They ain't there just for fun, you know. From living and learning and growing.
They're from experience. Earl takes in a deep breath as he looks around the room nostalgically before his eyes land on the moon. The face you have on right now is the same face each of my daughters had when they told me they wanted to move away from the valley. The same faces they had when they told me, Papa, I'm scared, and they didn't know if leaving home, leaving all they've ever knew behind in this little valley, was going to be good for them.
And do you want to know what I told them? Home is right here.
The heart. I can't help but smile as Earl lightly taps on his heart. His eyes grow warm at the sight of my smiling face as a reassuring hand on my shoulder. He's not wrong. Home, I think, more often than not, for a lot of people, is in the people that they surround themselves with. Some people, it's definitely more the place, but the people around you can really make or break it, you know.
It doesn't matter where you end up in life, kiddo.
You can be in a giant city or a tiny village in the middle of nowhere, but as long as you wake up each day and look forward to the world around you,
then you've found your home. Peachleaf may not be your last stop, but maybe it can help you find out what it really means to belong somewhere.
that would be really nice. I feel tears prickle in my eyes again as I nod happily. I can't help but laugh, quickly wiping away the tears as a hand ruffles my hair. Thank you, Earl.
Be patient with yourself.
That was my line.
My ma always used to say that we're all like little saplings, growing and sprouting at our own paces and in our own directions. But don't hold yourself back from blooming just because you're not sure where your petals might fall.
I smile as I turn to look at the flower Earl gave me a few days ago, now adorning a small vase in the corner of my room, blooming beautifully in place. You're right. I may not know what the future holds, and there's a lot of questions I've yet to answer about who I am, who I want to be, and what my place is in this world. But there is no way I can start off on the right foot without at least trying to put my best foot forward, right?
Now that's what I like to hear. And you have all of us here at the Valley to support you.
Which also leads me to my next question for you. I notice Earl turns around before digging into his pockets and pulling out a few help wanted flyers and laying them on my lap. Now that you're moved in, you gotta decide where you'd like to start working. Luckily, you came in at the right time, so you got options. I can definitely put in a good word for you, so go ahead and choose where you'd like your unofficial new life in Peachleaf to begin. Where should I start working? Let's just save. I had to restart my recording, whatever, just to make sure I get it. This might be the end. I don't know. Oh snap! Obviously. Oh, okay. So fall, which is my favorite season. There's summer, winter, and then spring is the theming here. The thing is I don't know how far this goes, and I don't want to ruin the whole experience necessarily. I don't know how far this goes. You know what?
Me? Why are you choosing me?
Because you're cute, that's why.
Fine, I guess.
Cute, you bake bread. What more do I need to know? Okay, that is the end. Okay, I was right. I was getting nervous. I was like, I'm not ready to know all this game yet. Okay, wait. Let's go back and hear the other voice lines real fast.
Choosing me? All right, let's get started.
You're choosing me. Well, alright then. Let's dance.
That fits so well. Right.
Oh, picking me, are you? A marvelous choice you won't soon regret.
Okay. So, this is probably the shorter video out of the two, I imagine. I don't know how long either of these videos are. But yeah, the Kickstarter's ended by this point. And you guys are gonna all have to wait until sometime after March of 2020 for Night Night to play this together, I imagine. If Night Night don't play this together, I sure as hell still am. So, look out for that. And we will only probably be doing one route or two, probably just one route on our channel. Because we want to maybe inspire people to buy the game for themselves and support the creators for themselves. So we'd only be doing one route, and then probably just enjoying the game together off of camera. So thank you so much for watching. Much love to everyone who's worked on this game. The writers, the artists, the voice actors, just... oh, it's all come together so much, and I love Harvest Moon games. I am so thankful that I caught this, caught attention of this on Kickstarter because I was looking through or whatever, and I noticed it. I was like, Harvest Moon sold, and I'm so glad to have played this demo. Again, support the creators, show them love. If you want to play the game for yourself, definitely try and get your hands on it later on at some point, because I'm remembering I'm releasing this after the Kickstarter ends. I'm recording this when I originally recorded the first part of the demo to kind of maybe bring up some hype to it, even though I don't have a large following on the gaming channel or anything. I'm definitely going to try to promote it on my main. I don't know why I'm talking about this. I don't need to be. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy this full game very much so, and I'm definitely going to buy the game for sure because I want to play it. So, again, I'm pretty sure I already said this, but thank you so much for watching. MR, over and out. Wait, hold up. Wait, hold up! As soon as, wait, no, I need to go. Wind howls atop a cold mountain peak. From this desolate place that only seems to shelter the clouds and remnants of an era long lost to time. A lone figure watches over all below him. His scarlet-colored hair is stark against the colorless sky as another breeze seems to pass him by, almost as if whispering into his ear. Another pair of footsteps suddenly echo from behind him, followed by a commanding voice. You could hear it.
Have you sensed it? A shift in the earth has
We get to see the other boys! Hell yeah! Anyway. The lone figure only lets out a low chuckle as he brings his head forward as if to grab something in front of thin air before turning around. I had it on it play.
How foolish of you to even ask. Why, it's almost as if you forget who I am.
Robin.exe stopped working. Okay.
For the winds, they whisper everything to me.
So you know my presence? Sup, dude? Am I here to save the valley or something? In his hand now dances a small he stole my clover? As its tiny leaves twist and bend in the wind. The figure lets out another chuckle as he brings his eyes to face the dark-haired man in front of him.
Although, the shift is not the only piece of news they have brought with them.
You almost sound like a villain. Please don't be a villain.
Why, it seems we have a new arrival in the valley. See for yourself.
Joke's on you, your other brother got to see me first. With a lift of his finger, the winds dance at his command. In an instant, a sculpture made of clouds now resembling a young woman's face floats between them. Don't get to see it. The other man scowls as he eyes the clouded sculpture with disdain.
It's just another human. What importance could she possibly bear to our conversation?
Do I have a secret magical power that I don't know about? A low laugh emerges from the figure as with another lift of his fingers, the cloud sculpture of the young woman floats back to where he is. With a smirk, the figure glides his fingers over the sculpture's cheek. Am I, like, a reincarnation of someone or something?
You've always been so awfully impatient, haven't you, dearest brother?
I need to know.
Because I'd ponder to think that the shift and her arrival...
Okay, I see.
Well, perhaps the two may not yet be so unrelated.
There's a shift of something, okay.
Impossible. A mere human can play no part in the affairs of spirits.
Okay, well, your pride is probably going to get in the way of a lot of things, and you're going to end up just being ignorant to it because you're prideful and hate humans, but whatever, I digress.
Perhaps not. And yet, take a closer look.
As the figure moves his fingers in the air, the sculpture floats into the opposite direction. The dark-haired man narrows his eyes when suddenly he catches sight of a faint, gleaming green light emitting off of the young woman's forehead.
Eden, that bastard. When did he...
Met me in the forest.
Interesting, isn't it? With barely a foot into our domains, and the land has already bestowed its protection over her.
Maybe it's because he knew you guys would pull something on me. I don't know.
It sends quite the message, don't you think?
I don't know how I'm feeling about you now, homie.
I see no being worth protecting. Only the naive acts of a fool that does not know his place.
Maybe learn your place, dude. Jude is definitely my number one. Just saying. Even though he kind of brushed me off too. There's other solid dudes here. Just saying. There's other dudes to choose from. I don't need you guys. A low, rumbling laugh escapes the lips of the scarlet-haired figure, which seems to shake the entire mountain itself. You're really pretty, though. A hell of wind seems to cry out in the distance as with a snap of his fingers, the sculpture of the young woman's face disintegrates into the air, and left in its place is only a small, glowing clover. Both figures turn their gaze on the horizon as they look out over the vast expanse below them.
Worry not, for the winds. They will reveal all in due time.
That's such a good voice.
Until then, come, let us watch how the rest of this story shall unfold itself.
He just lets Force White lets a shiver down his spine. Meanwhile, Faith returns his gaze towards the horizon.
The earth, she trembles, just as she did all those years ago.
The voice really fits him.
What could this mean? A simple coincidence, or a sign of something yet to come?
I'm not gonna do any more outros until I officially know it's done. You've reached the end of the public demo for Peachleaf Valley. For future updates and news on the extended demo, follow us on social media. Thanks for playing the demo. Okay, now I'm gonna officially end things. Even though I already did, I've done this so many times before where I thought it was the end and it wasn't. But now it's officially the end. So again, thank you so much for watching. MR now officially 100% over and out.